Hi everyone, and welcome back to Not Weave Stitch. My name is Gisela, and in this week's episode we mark a really special moment. It's the final episode of season 1 of the podcast. So today I thought I'd take a look back at my journey of making a podcast for the very first time and what to expect in season 2. I can't believe how quickly this journey has flown by, and I really wanted to just take this episode to reflect and share what I've learned along the way of creating my very first podcast, the highs and also the lows. There has been challenging parts as well, but I have absolutely loved starting this podcast. So when I first started, I really wasn't sure how I'd feel putting my voice out there. I don't like the sound of my own voice, and especially when I'm recording it, I do have to listen to my own voice again and again, which has been difficult. But with it, there's been so many things that I have learnt. So one of the first thing is the recording and editing software. I use Audacity, which I've never used before. I do have a filming and editing background, but in terms of podcasting, I've never done this before and I've never ever used Audacity. So learning that in itself has been challenging. It's brand new to me. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing. So it's really just teaching myself. I've looked at YouTube videos of how to edit on Audacity. So it's still definitely a learning curve, and I would say I am getting faster. It took absolutely forever when I first began, but I am getting a little bit faster every time I record and edit these. So I am getting there slowly but surely. And with the sound as well, some episodes are better than others. I'm still trying to figure out the kind of best sound. Especially makes it difficult when you have a Velcro dog constantly in the room. Again, he's here today, so you might hear him panting in the background. So it's trying to figure out how to denoise that, what's the best sound that I can make. So it's definitely going to be a learning curve as we continue into the next seasons, but I'm slowly but surely getting there with it. I've also made so many mistakes. My favourite one to do is to mute the mic and then I'll record and I end up recording nothing. So that's been interesting and frustrating, but there has been so many wonderful things to really push myself out there. I don't like to get out of my comfort zone, and to be able to just go for it, try to learn something new and make this podcast has been really incredible. I've been so anxious every time I press record, every time I send this out there into the world. It is terrifying, but I love that I've now started. That's usually the difficult step, actually starting the whole thing. And I'm now just trying to find my rhythm with it and really try to just improve on the quality and reach out to more people as well. So I'm learning bit by bit. I'm getting more confident, I would say, each episode. I feel a lot better than I did. The first episode, the amount of times I had to stop and start, I was stumbling over my words constantly. So I now feel like it's a little bit of a therapy session actually for me, when I can just sit down and talk about something that I really love to do. So I hope you've been enjoying listening to it as much as I've enjoyed recording it. So please feel free, if you're listening to this podcast, let me know in the comments. I would really, really appreciate that. And I really do hope that you've enjoyed it so far. So in this season, we have covered actually quite a bit already. So from needle felting to macrame and how to get started in those different crafts, some summer crafting ideas for both adults and children, and also crafting a little bit more sustainably, what we can do to really help in terms of the environment. So there's been a whole range, some other topics as well thrown in there. So we really have covered quite a lot, and I think there's so much scope in the future to do so many more crafts, lots more ideas, lots more tips and tricks as well. So I'm super excited. Hopefully this podcast is just going to grow and grow and grow. I am not going to stop. I'm going to continue. I've absolutely loved doing this. So hopefully I will see you back in season 2 as well. So you're probably wondering what is going to come up in season 2 of Not Weave Stitch. Well, there is going to be a lot. We're getting up to that time of year where it's going to be full on crafting, lots of really interesting episodes. So obviously we've got autumn and Halloween coming up. So I'm going to be talking about some craft inspiration, what you could do for autumn and Halloween. Same thing again with Christmas, hopefully lots of inspiration, lots of tips and tricks for projects as well to decorate, gift give, all sorts of things like that. So it's going to be a really busy time of year, lots of content to talk about. I also want to explore into the crafts that I haven't managed to talk about yet. So definitely loom weaving will be coming up, and also hopefully some other crafts as well. I have already been in talks with a couple of people to appear on my podcast. So we will be talking to other creators, learning about their experience, their journey, them giving you hopefully really, really useful tips and tricks there as well into different crafts. So we're going to hopefully be looking at things like punch needling, a bit more with weaving, hopefully a bit of sewing as well. So lots to come up. If you yourself, if you're listening to this and you have a lot of experience in the fibre arts, particularly if you're into things like knitting, crochet, embroidery, then I would love to hear from you. If you would like to have a nice chat and then we can record it, it would be fantastic, because I think it would be great to get a lovely community together and help listeners as well. So if you'd like to appear in the podcast, please do get in contact. Even if it's just a little chat, I promise you I'm not scary. We can just have a nice little chat. And I think it would make a really lovely episode for other listeners to hear. So do let me know if anyone is interested in appearing on the podcast. Even if you have maybe your own small crafting business in the fibre arts, I would love to hear from you. This might be a really good platform to get your business out there. So do let me know. So before season 2 comes out, I will be taking a 2-week break. However, have no fear, there will still be some crafting moments that I will be posting. So it'll be kind of like the top tips, the key information that I have given throughout the first season. So you still will have some bits and pieces to listen to, but I will be back in 2 weeks' time. I'm just taking a little break from it, and I've also got my birthday coming up. So just taking a little break before we get right back into it, probably the busiest time of year for us crafters. So hang on in there, I will be back soon. I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart to anyone that has listened even to just one episode, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate any support on this. It's been absolutely terrifying to do, but I've loved every moment. So any support that you've given so far and any support that you can give in the future, I really do appreciate. So thank you so, so much for that. If you can continue, whether you're liking the episodes, following me, or joining me on my Patreon, I would really appreciate that. Especially on my Patreon, it's a good way for me to be able to continue this podcast. It funds this podcast and we can, grow, get better quality, better guests coming on to the podcast as well. So if you could show your support, whether it's just a like, a follow, or being able to join me on my Patreon, I would really, really appreciate it. So to everyone out there listening, thank you so much. So I'm going to leave it here for now. As ever, thank you so much for listening, and I will see you in season 2.